Welcome back to Aquarium Hacks by Marcus. So today I'm going to show you guys an example, and sadly this fish is what I got from the fish swap when I was up there in the St. Louis area. And obviously I got these fish from obviously he was not a very good dealer, sadly, but these African longfin tetras, what I got from up there. Actually all of them died. And that's what I'm going to talk about just for a short while today is fish disease. What is your worst fish disease that you really regret to ever have? You know, there's dropsy is definitely way up there. A lot of bacteria disease are the worst in my opinion, the worst in parasitic. Now, if the parasitic or bacteria is internal, that is definitely one of the worst diseases to deal with, because then you got to properly diagnose your fish and whether it's bacteria or whether it's parasite that's inside the gut. And so that can be very difficult to diagnose, and by the time you diagnose it with the right diagnosis, then usually it's too late to treat such a disease that's on the inside. And dropsy can be very difficult to determine too, because is it parasite, is it bacteria, why they're bloating, is it a failure of the kidneys, some kind of organ, why they're bloating, or they just eating too much, you know, water conditions, you know. So it's diagnosis of disease can be very difficult. And so what is your worst disease? I have to put it way down there. I have to put some types of funguses way down on the bottom of the list, because I've treated those many times before, but I want to show you this particular disease that you do not want your fish to ever get, because it is truly one of the most difficult diseases to deal with. So let me show you, and we'll just talk about it just for a little while, for a minute or two. So this disease here that I'm showing you guys right now is it's a bacteria disease. Now you see this African longfin tetra. This disease is red. See how red that disease is? Now it develops inside the fish underneath the skin, and it's some sort of bacteria disease. And even with me feeding this fish bacteria food and things of that nature, there was absolutely nothing I could do about it. I could treat the water, treat the fish internally, and once they get this disease, I guess it's possible to treat it, maybe doing some triple things, or maybe some double things, like putting it in the water, you know, water changes, and feeding internal bacteria diseases. That might help it. But according to aquarium science, this bacteria disease, this red blotch that's under the skin, is extremely difficult to cure, and it takes quite a while to actually kill the fish. But trust and believe me, it will kill your fish. Now, I don't know how contagious this disease really is, because these guys did not spread it to any of my other fish. But just watch your fish. If they are getting some kind of red spot and it starts out small up under the skin, I would totally avoid that fish. Or if you get them, you recognize that you got the red spot, get them out of your tank. Try to quarantine them, you know, if you possibly can. But about, I would say, 90 to 95% of the time, it's going to be fatal on most fish. So just look out for this disease. It doesn't seem to affect healthy, good, strong fish, you know. But it never affected none of my fish in my original tank, and I removed them, and so none of my other fish were ever affected by it. But it's a disease that you definitely don't want in your aquarium. So this is Aquarium Hacks, and hoping that you guys never get something like this. The bacteria disease, the red blotch that appears and appears from underneath the skin, is a fish killer. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you that, give you a little bit some head warning about it, to avoid this disease at all possible. Hey, we'll see you on the next video. Keep on hacking.